Okay, I'm going to do a short analysis of Marcus Aurelius' meditation on just a quick thought he had, and maybe I'll try to interpret what that means in my perspective. It's one of my favorite books, one of my favorite philosophers. I think he had a unique mindset, and his mindset is probably what allowed him to be a Roman emperor. I can only imagine that being a very difficult duty to have as a human being. Anyway, let's see. This is just for fun. This is for me to, just play around with this videography experience. I'd like to also maybe in the future start from book 1 and then slowly just skim through or go through the whole book and see what happens as time goes on, and I knock one out each day or every week. It could take a long time, but I mean, yeah, I'll just pick something around today. This is from book 5. My book's falling apart. Book 5, 13. He says, I am made up of the casual and the material. Neither of these will disappear into nothing, just as neither came to be out of nothing. So every part of me will be assigned its changed place in some part of the universe, and that will change again into another part of the universe, and so on to infinity. A similar sequence of change brought me into existence, and my parents before me, and so back in another infinity of regression. Nothing forbids this assertion, even if the universe is subject to the completion of cycles. It's a lot to decipher right there. But he starts off with, he says, I am made up of the casual and the material. The casual, the material, the casual, maybe he's referring to like his spirit, organs, maybe the material, his skin, hair, that's material things, or I don't know, that's interesting. Neither of these will disappear into nothing, just as neither came to be out of nothing. I mean, that's one of the physics laws, right? Matter can neither be created nor destroyed, so hence he is neither created nor destroyed. He's just made up of a bunch of existing things already, just as neither came to be out of nothing. So every part of me will be assigned its changed place in some part of the universe. So as his body decomposes, when that time comes, it will just be an add-on to another part of this world, because it's not just going to disappear into nothing. It'll change into its next form for its use that it needs to be, which he says, and that will change again into another part of the universe, and so on to infinity. A similar sequence of change brought me into existence, and my parents before me, and so back in another infinity of regression. I mean, that's kind of a hard one to think about, because I get what he's saying, but human beings being created, my question would be is where and when was the first human created and how? I mean, for humans to be created, it comes from sex, right? So we keep going back and back and back and back and back and back to the first people having sex, but before them, what was having sex to create those first people? That's interesting. But I guess they were created from something as well. So I see what he's saying. And my parents were. Nothing forbids this assertion, and even if the universe is subject to the completion of cycles. Yeah, that's a good way to, I guess, how do you apply that to the world as you think about existing? I guess you think that because you are useful even when you're alive and even when you're dead, maybe make the best use of your body, treat it good. That way, when your body needs to be reused for its next cycle, it'll have the most benefit to give. So carry that mentality is, how can I treat myself well now, in this moment that I have this body that was created from something else in this world, and my body will be used again in many different parts of this universe world to infinity. So how can I treat the casual and the material to the best of its ability? Okay, I like it. That is book 513. We'll see what else, how consistent I can be with this. Peace.